All right, all right. So I am so excited tonight. One, before we jump into this, I will not take long saying this, but congratulations, big time, to who we're hearing from tonight. We got Kelly Brown in the top 50 of the company, number 30. I'm not going to remember everybody's numbers exactly. So we'll just go top 50. And then we have Billy, who's in the top 200. I was going 200. Okay, top 200. These guys are all in the top 200. Okay, we got Billy there. Melissa Dean, congratulations. We're glad and excited to be here with you. Rachel Needs, congratulations. So exciting I'm just excited. I have my notebook out ready to go because I'm like, okay, let's just learn all the stuff. Let's be reminded, sometimes you just need a good reminder. So yes, one, congratulations to everybody. That is a huge, huge thing, okay? And so way to go. And we are ready to learn from y'all. Just some tips on what you do to grow this business. So first, we're gonna go, here we are, yay, okay. Everybody's on my front screen except for Melissa, but we'll get there. Okay.
Hello.
All right. Billy!
Hi.
Congratulations!
Thank you. Thank you.
It's huge. I am not surprised at all. At all. That you are in this group. Like, because you do it. You do the thing, girl. Totally 100%. So, before you give us a couple little tips on what you do, how you do it, how a lot of things for everybody to know. What we've done is we've kind of divided up what you should be doing in this business, and some people who, these guys are things they feel really excited about and things they're really awesome at. So we're learning from the best in their strengths. And so that's exciting to me. But before we dive into that, Billy, tell us a little bit of like because of it works. What was like, because here's the deal. Someone's looking at you like, oh, top 200, that could never be me. Like all of a sudden it's like, maybe it's not relatable. So tell us a little bit about who you were, coming into It Works, and now because of It Works.
Okay, so I was in the corporate world, and then I decided to stay home when I had my first daughter. And then, of course, I was pregnant with my second daughter. I have 4 children, and I was 7 months pregnant. So at the time, it was kind of like, I remember thinking at that time, like, what could I do? Like, there's no way that life could be like this. Like, Edgar working, how are we going to retire? Like, is he going to have to work for forever? How are we going to live? Like, I used to think of that stuff, and I finally found It Works, and so that was the vehicle I could get my hands on to like really like catapult me into doing something like for me and my family and creating a legacy for us. And it's just crazy. Like, I didn't imagine doing this. I had kind of done something before, and so like I had an idea about it, but man, I mean, I was just at home. I was bored. I wasn't doing anything. I was pregnant. I was ready to work out already. So this went hand in hand, making money, using our products, working out, all that stuff. And so life was just boring with 3 kids, being pregnant, and I was just bored. That was life. Like, I mean, we're busy, but I was bored. I was bored and busy.
All at the same time. Yeah.
Yes.
And full of fear a little bit. Like, how are we going to change this? Who on the chat, just say me, if you've tried something else before and it didn't work, that you go, ooh, it was like this. Because I think that's something we'll hear. Oh, I tried that, even I was talking about, right? All these people writing me, and like half of the names I'm seeing on here are diamonds and above. So just, it works when you work it. That's what we know. And so, looking for that thing to change the future, to change what it will look like, you can. This is a tool that God gives us to really do that. And so, okay, talk to us about one of the things, like, okay, guys, we're going to cover the core 4 and dig into it a little bit. But one of the biggest things about it is really following up, right? Yeah.
Yes.
You want to talk about that a little
Yeah.
bit?
Did
Or
you
am
want
I
me
messing you up? I
No,
don't.
did you want me to tell because of it works? Sorry.
Yes. Yes. 100% I do.
I wrote down everything, and I'm not one person to write down stuff, you guys. I'm not organized. I'm crazy, and I run this business, and it can work for anybody. You just have to want to put in the work. Okay, so because of it works, I've paid off my son's car in cash. My husband, he does work at a car dealership. We do get good deals, but I've been able to pay it off fully in cash. It was a BMW. Call me crazy. I know he still doesn't drive it yet. I get to put my girls in dance. I realized how much it is, you guys. Sometimes I don't even look at my bank account and I just give somebody my card and like, here. It was expensive this year with both of them in it doing programs and stuff.
Yeah, those recitals are no joke.
Yes, because of it works, I pay for a personal trainer, a weightlifting trainer for my boys. My son just competed in his first national weightlifting competition in Anaheim, and he scored. He did amazing. So the trip paid for by It Works. In 1 month, we were able to have our closing costs for the house we just bought. I paid off Ultimate, like so much debt. It's crazy. And like I said, I don't write down numbers, so I can't be like Ashley Mayfield over here. Yes. And I wanted an investment property, and we have that now also. So that's just some of because of it works. So that's pretty awesome. But into following up. Following up is huge, you guys. Like the fortune is in the follow up, and I know you hear all of us say it. And just like being on here, I heard it from somebody. So you got to show up to go up, and the fortune is in the follow up. So I follow up probably 20 times, if not more. I don't stop. If they don't block me and unfollow me and they're still on my newsfeed, they're watching my stories, they're commenting or whatever, I follow up with them. I still reach out. And then when somebody signs, and I'm sure I have some of these girls on right now, when they join, I always go back and I look at when I first messaged them. I mean, some was like 2016. And I mean, I'm fixing to hit my 4-year mark this month, but you have to follow up. Like on average, it takes people like 8 to 15 times just for them to say yes, you know? So it's so crucial to stay consistent because they're going to watch you, and then that gives you a reason to reach out to them. And then of course they're still watching, and then you follow up, you know? At some point, somebody will need extra money and they will need our products at some point, no matter what. And so you just have to keep following up with them. They may not see it now. They may not see the business side. They may not think they need our products, but at some point in time, they will need the products or the business, and they will join you. I guarantee it. I can't guarantee you that they will stay, but they will join you no matter what. I am like 100% on top of it. It doesn't matter if you're in this business for a year, 4 years, like I still have people joining me. So follow up is so crucial, and don't stop. Don't feel like you're bugging them or nothing. Follow up, follow up, follow up.
So when you say follow up, what's an example of what does that mean? Like somebody commented on your post, or like talk through a little bit of what, like, this is the person I'm going to message, and then when I follow up, this is what I'm going to do.
Okay, so like for instance, all I did was work on DTs last month, and I got 6 codes. And so I reached out to all the people that have been interested first, that I've talked to over the last 4 years in the business, and just followed up with them. And I just basically said like, hey girl, I'm not sure if you're still considering this business, but I have a promo code right now, and I wanted to reach out and ask you first. It's only $49.50. We do have some other packages you can come in at, and we can get you $49.50 off. But like, you know, is this something that you're wanting to do? But I always say like, I wanted to ask you first, you know? Sorry girls if y'all are on, but I use it on everybody. But I'm like, I wanted to ask you first. And some people really catch my attention. So I'm like, I really do. Like, I really genuinely want you on my team. Like, I wouldn't ask you if I truly didn't want somebody on my team. Like, I could tell by their page, then I'm not going to ask them. But like following up, hey, you know, we had a Cleanse BOGO promotion. I search Cleanse in my messenger. I follow up with anybody and everybody that I've ever talked about the Cleanse. Like I reach out, hey girl, I know you've been interested in the Cleanse. Right now we have buy one, get one free. I can still hook you up with my discount. Are you ready to place your order? Let's get you started, you know, and be excited. Be excited. Guys, I mean, you have to be excited. That's what's going to get your sale. That's what's going to seal the deal. You know, they want to be a part of that. They want to try what you have your hands on.
Absolutely. So you said something, and I figure we might as well show everybody really quick before we go on to
The search. Yes.
to the next thing, how to search, because you said it, and this is a game changer for me. Okay. Um, when you go okay, let me start at the beginning. Here we go. I love this tip. Okay, so when you go up to your messenger, right, top corner right here, and you see the search thing right here. So one of my favorite things, whenever I'm sending somebody steps on how to sign up, if we're in that point, okay, I always, when I send the link, I put no www because that doesn't work. So if I type that in and I click search, and it can say search in messages, click on search in messages, then everybody I sent my link to with that wording comes up. So that is a great thing to use when you're following up. So like when Billy's like BOGO cleanse, or they talked about the cleanse, like if you know a BOGO comes on, you type in cleanse, and anybody you've ever talked to the cleanse about, if you've said this cleanse is awesome, or used our script, it's a 2-day 4-bottle cleanse, if you were to type that in, your whole script will come up, and those are people that you can follow up with. So I love that tip. Okay. And along with following up, we're talking vision. It's so crucial to your business. Tell us.
Yes. So what you need to do is, no matter what, find time in the day to write down like your goals and your dreams. Write them down on paper. I've had so many things happen, you guys, within the past couple of months. It's insane. And you're going to reflect back to this, because you're going to come back to it and you're going to look at it and you're going to be like, wow, so like for me, I wanted to be a top 150. That was my goal. I didn't even think I was going to get a number. I mean, I did not think it, no, I didn't even know numbers were coming out. I was not even on my phone at the time. So what I did is I aimed high and I missed, but I'd rather aim high and miss than aim low and hit it. But I got 172. I aimed for 150. And so I got 172. That's insane. I'm excited. And I'm so excited for the other women on here. Like, that gives me more motivation to make me want to push harder to go. So now my goal is top 50 income earner by February of 2020. Our conference. Wow. 2020. I wrote down, I write down my goals, you guys. I wrote down, I wanted my dream home in my son's school district on April 10th. And I found my house April 13th. 2 months later, I moved into it. It's crazy. And I keep reflecting back to that, and I'm just like, wow, that's why it's so important. So I found something that really that I loved, and it's called the 4 C's. So vision casting. There's clear, concrete, concise, and compelling. And so your vision, you have to be clear so you can communicate it to others. If your vision is not clear, you won't be able to communicate it to others. And that's where leadership comes into place. So you have to be clear on your goals, you guys. You have to be super crystal clear and believe that it's going to happen. Like, it's tangible. You can touch it. You can feel it, be excited about it. And that's where concrete comes into place, real and tangible. And be engaged in it, write it down every day, believe it, believe that it's already done. That's where concise comes in. Less is more. So too many details can talk you out of something, can talk you out of your own goals or dreams, your own vision right there. And so you want to be concise about it. The work's already done. It's already there. I'm already ambassador. I'm already in the top 50. And so you just have to put it out there, believe it, speak it, claim it, and do the same for your team and be excited about it. Compelling is just action. So, we're as a servant leader, we teach, we take people to where they won't go by themselves. So you gotta cast that vision for them. You gotta let them believe that they can do that, and it's already done. And so you have to be that leader to take them to where they won't go yet. It's like me watching Sherry for a year do this business, she was taking me somewhere to where I wouldn't go on my own if Esty would have never asked me to join the business, and then just Sherry leading by example and being that servant leader, she took me somewhere that I wouldn't have got on my own. Now I'm a self-motivated person. I'm a hustler. I work hard, but I needed somebody to just guide me and lead me. And that's what got me here today, you guys. I follow the best of the best. Sherry's number 2. I'm 172. Like, that's insane, So I'm just like, oh my gosh, it excites me. But okay, I'm almost done with my notes. So the vision has to be clear. You have to understand it. It has to be concrete enough for you to believe it and believe that it's real, concise enough for you to communicate it, and compelling enough for your team to own it personally. So as a leader of vision, you got to do your very best to be strong, believe it, be capable of moving people into the right direction and showing them the vision and being excited. And that's where leadership comes into play. But so be clear, be, concrete, concise, and compelling. So that's where leadership comes in. You got to be excited. You got to have that clear vision. Yes.
I love it. That's so good. I've never heard those 4 C's before. So those are down. I'm like, yep, I like that. And I'm like, okay, put that in my brain, because I keep hearing this over and over again, that people are more concerned with where you're going than where you've been. So if you're sitting on here and you joined yesterday, where are you going to go in this business? What is it Work's going to pay for? Why did you join? To pay for diapers, to pay for gas, to pay for groceries? You start there and tell people where you're going. Tell us right here, y'all. Just write in here one of those things. One of the things you're like Billy just said, I wanted to be in my dream home, in my son's school district. And I got to move in, because you steer where you steer. And so having that vision and having it clear, concrete, concise, and compelling is going to drive you in the right direction. And so thank you so much. If we have time at the end, we're going to come back around and give everybody else a something.
I got it.
I love it. Yes, you're awesome. I'm like, okay, let me go make sure my dream board says all this stuff as I'm redoing one. Okay. All right. Now, let me just close out. Okay, sis.
Can you hear me? Hi. Oh, you went muted. You want me to
Okay. Congratulations!
Yay, thank you.
So exciting, y'all. I'm so pumped about all this. Okay, just tell everybody a little bit. I know we've had you on just last week, but there's new people on here already. So tell everybody a little bit where you were before, and then your Because of It Works.
Sure. So we had just moved to Texas to work with Joey and Stacy at the church there in Dallas, which is awesome. If you're local to them, you should go. It's very awesome. And we were living paycheck to paycheck. We were getting paid enough, to pay the bills, but there just wasn't extra. And Nova had asked, she's my oldest, had asked for 2 years. She wanted to be, once she started talking, and then it was every Christmas, every birthday, what do you want for Christmas? What do you want for your birthday? I just want to be a real ballerina. So I would buy her costumes or buy her things. No, I want to be a real ballerina and go to ballerina school. And every time I'd be like, okay, but I can't do that. Andrew says no. He was like, we don't have the extra to pay a utility bill for her to, the equivalent of a utility bill to go to dance classes. And she was like, I don't know, 2.5 or so. But it was dead set, nothing. I don't want anything for Christmas. I just want to be a real ballerina. It was $55 a month. And we were like, well, it just doesn't seem like a wise decision if you're living paycheck to paycheck to sacrifice for a 2.5-year-old to take ballet who's not going to remember it. And that was the conversations we had. And I was like, but I am tired of saying no. She doesn't want anything. And as a kid, I wanted to take dance, and I wanted to do, I know this is probably silly, but I wanted to do taekwondo, and I wanted to do dance. And both of them I couldn't do. We were poor, and we just didn't have the extra money. And so I decided as an adult, when I had kids someday, if there was something that my kids really wanted to do, I was going to find a way to make it happen. And I would sell stuff on Facebook. I was like, huh?
You taught me how to do that.
Oh yeah. I was like, oh no, I'm not playing around. I'll find a way. If it's no, just because you're saying I don't have the money, I'll find the money. That's how I was as a kid because we didn't have it. So I was like, I mean, I'll earn it. That's no problem. But anyway, so then Stacy is the one. Stacy and Sherry Lynn had started the business, and Stacy's the one that asked me. And so, of course, I said no a couple times. And then Andrew was like, well, they're doing good at it. He was like, you never know if you never try, so maybe you should just try. And that's how I got here.
Yeah.
$55 for ballet classes is all I wanted.
Right. But we all have somewhere we start. Like, I just keep thinking, I just didn't want to lose money. I don't know how Sherry talked me into it because I was just so scared of losing money. That was like my own first where I started. I'm like,
Yeah, I was too. Absolutely.
Anyways, okay. So because of it works.
Because of it works. So Andrew's now home with us full time. We're home full time with our girls. We were debt free, but then we just bought a truck. But we paid off, our cars. We owned those. Then we had to get a new one. No credit card debt, anything like that. We got to move to be near family and bought our home. So everything is provided for in our home by this business. And Andrew's home with us full time, and we're able to give and save. We're not, stressing and struggling. The girls can take dance, and we're just going, okay, Lord, what do you want us to do with the blessings we've been given? And to be able to say yes to that is like such a gift. So,
yeah, to say yes. I love that. Okay. So talk to us a little bit about,
Okay. So as you're going through your business, you might hit places where you feel a change that needs to happen on the inside mentally. Okay. So for me personally, it was when I went diamond and when I went triple diamond, I got stuck on the inside, and it was just stuck in a mindset. Okay. I went diamond and I was like, how the heck? I wasn't even hoping for this. You know what I mean? I was like a deer in headlights going, I was hoping for $55, not a $10,000 bonus. While I was thankful, I was like, now what am I going to do? Like, how in the heck would I ever go double diamond? That's like insane, right? Like I was like $4,000 or $5,000 a month, like from this kind of thing. Like, I don't know that I could ever do that, but I didn't want to go backwards. So I got a little bit stuck. And then that was like 6 months of being stuck on the inside going, I can't do this. I don't know that I can do this if people aren't working on my team. I don't know that I can't do this if I don't have these mass enroller people under me. I can't do, this is not what I'm good at, 6 months later, double diamond, I go triple diamond, and then I get stuck again. Okay. I got surprise, Leo came along, and I'm like, okay, yay, we're starting over. And and so I got stuck again, and I was like deer in the headlights looking at Presidential Diamond going, okay. I'm like, I feel like I'm just lucky. Like at this point, it's like luck to go diamond, luck to go double, luck to go triple, right? But at some point, it has to be that it's not luck. It has to be that you're doing something right. When you're going ruby and you're going emerald and you're going diamond and you're going forward in your business, you know a lot more than you think you do. When you're signing LCs or you're signing DTs and maybe they're not doing something, but you've signed people, you know more than you think you do. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel, and you don't have to be some supernatural rock star enroller, crazy 100 and something DTs a month, whatever, to be successful. You know what you're doing. You just need to 10X it, like we've been talking about. You just need to double down, triple down, quadruple down on what you know to do. So mindset, I got stuck again at triple diamond. Then October comes, and y'all, the journey from triple diamond, whatever, to presidential ambassador, woo-wee, that went hard and fast, okay? But along the way, I am choosing to no longer be stuck on the inside, okay? And it's a choice. It is a choice because you can easily slip back into thinking whatever, okay? But it's a choice. And it is. And that's the very simple truth. I chose to say no to everything optional. Now, am I telling you you have to do that? I'm not. But I had a very large goal. And I was maintaining double diamond at the time, and Andrew was executive. So let me be very clear. In October, I was double diamond and he was executive. In February, I was presidential and he was triple diamond. In April, he was presidential and I was ambassador. But I said no to everything optional in that 6-month time frame. The only thing I did that was optional was I showed up on Wednesdays to volunteer at Nova School because that was important to our relationship. Other than that, it was a no. And I sat right here and I worked with my team and I worked my business. Did I do it by myself? No. I have an incredible team of incredible people who I love with all my heart. Okay. But what I'm saying is I said no. Okay. I could have easily gone, I've been stuck before. What if this doesn't happen? I've been stuck before at diamond and triple diamond. And what if I get stuck at presidential and then it takes me 2 years to go ambassador? I don't know that my heart can handle that. And so I would feel that start to rise up, but that's a mindset, okay? And it's a choice to sit in it. So I said, I can't allow those thoughts to come in, okay? I got up at 5:30. I have my prayer time. On some days I get up at 4:30. Not because I want to, because that's real early, okay? But because we have power. So, okay, 5:30, I'm in here. I have my prayer time. I'm like, Lord, I can't control my mind on my own. I need your help. I can't do this business on my own. I don't know it better than you. You have all the answers way better than I do, but I need your help. And then at 6:30, I turn off my mind and I turn on my work. Okay. In April, I was like, I don't know, the most I'd ever enrolled LCs in 1 month was 25 loyal customers. This is my steps to success from April. 57 loyal customers. Okay, there's plenty of y'all that beat me. But it was a mindset change. It was a mindset, okay? Here's another one. I was like going, okay, if I don't enroll 150 loyal customers like Tracy Zinks does, how am I going to go ambassador? I don't know. But that was a choice. I had to say, I can't get stuck in that, okay? Then on the 25th of the month, when you're supposed to know, is this even possible? Okay, I got my projected volumes. On the 25th of the month, this page to me is life-giving, okay? My volume was 197,000 in volume. You need 250 to go ambassador. 197 on the 25th. 250 is what you need. I could have easily said, In fact, I think I even did to Stacy. I was like, I don't know. I don't know. It came out of my mouth. I don't know. But it's a choice. I pick up my phone and I go right back to work. And I go, hey, the mountain is bigger than I can climb. But I know the God that moves the mountain. And I know how to work my business to the best of my ability. And I know how to 10x it with every person on my chart. And so do you. That's the answer. It's a mindset. And it's a choice to go, I'm doing what it takes no matter what my eSuite says. No matter what my steps to success say. No matter what my chart says. I know how to do this business. And I know how to 10x it. And so do you. And you have that power within you to do that. To do everything you know to do. Okay? So mindset. It's mind over matter. Meaning mind over effort. You can choose what you do. What you say no to. You can choose how much time you give to sitting down and focused business. Okay? I would not succeed if I were not sitting here every morning for a blocked out period of time. So that's the mindset thing. Okay. So it's like you do decide. You do decide by your actions and deciding what you allow, what thoughts you allow and don't allow. Okay. And then
somebody who started this week, in this last month, that has a mindset just to kind of get started, what would you tell them?
4 loyal customers. And when I started this business, let me say this. I was like, girl, I don't even know if I can get 4 loyal customers. Stacey was like, okay, Kelly, are you going to post? And it was a week later. I'm too scared to post. I can't do it. And she's like, okay, well, you just need 4 loyal customers. And I'm like, I don't even know 4 people. I'm like, why did I think that? Because I know lots of people. I was like, I can't get 4 loyal customers. Don't push me. So my first loyal customer is my mother-in-law. Okay. It's going to be people you know that are going to be one of those 4 or 4 of the 4. And that's not weird. That's normal. Okay. So we're going to go, don't be like Kelly. Don't sit in fear. Okay. We're not letting fear win. Fear is just a feeling. Okay. And you're stronger than your feelings. So we're going to find those 4 loyal customers And then we're to focus on going ruby. Okay. And then we're going to focus on going diamond and change your life, because you can. You have the ability within you, and we have the tools to help you do it. And it's not as scary as you think it is. But everybody starts, put their pants on one leg at a time. 4 loyal customers. Everybody does it. How to eat your pizza. 1 bite at a time. Okay. 1 loyal customer. Focus on that first. Then go to number 2. Then number 3. Then number 4. Then let's build you a business that will change your life beyond what you expect. Okay. Now, when you got your mindset in the right place, can I tell you one of the most important things is growing your network. One of the most important things that people forget to do or are scared to do. Okay. And one of the gifts about having this business in your life is it causes you to grow outside of your comfort zone consistently. The ones who win are the ones who are willing to grow. That's the answer. It is no respecter of persons. I didn't have this giant warm market. Okay. Most of my team were strangers before this business. Okay. I only knew a few of them. All the rest came. In fact, maybe Nicole's the only one. Oh, yeah. She might be the only person that off the top of my head, that I knew before this business on my whole team. But hey, you can build business with people you don't know, and they become some of your favorite people in all the world. And you cheer each other on, hold each other's hands, but you got to grow that network, girlfriend, and don't be afraid of it, because you got friends waiting. They're dying for you. Family's dying for the opportunity you have to offer. So growing that network through Facebook and Instagram. For me, I go to groups that I get added to, or boutiques. Because if somebody is willing to spend $40 on something they could get on Amazon for $15, they're willing to buy your Fat Fighters for $25. Okay, Jana? I'm like, girl, you could buy that on, what's that called? Alibaba or AliExpress, and it's like $6 for these dresses, and they sell them for $45 on Facebook Marketplace or whatever. I'm like, girl, you getting duped. Girl doesn't need to go to AliExpress. Sure, it takes 2 weeks, but it's $6. Why are you going to pay $45? Can you buy my Fat Fighters $25? And they will. Boutiques, I'm telling you, I find people all day long in boutiques. And it's not weird. It's social media, and social media is meant to be social. So don't be afraid to make new friends. Okay. Excitement wins the day. I'll say that too. As you're building your business, when you're excited, come from a place of excitement in your mindset. Like Billy was saying, excitement's everything. Excitement in your posts. Even if you don't believe in yourself, even if you're terrified of what you're going to do with this business, excitement wins the day. We sang a song yesterday, just a spoonful of excitement helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Just dose some excitement on top of what you're doing. It's a mindset. You can choose it. You're stronger than you think.
Totally. Sis, show them really quick how to find groups they're added to.
Sure.
Really quick.
Okay, so you gotcha. Let me turn my little what you do dad down. Okay. I can show you how to find groups too, if you don't know how to find any to be in. Right now, as I'm adding people, they're adding me to groups I don't even want to be in. I'm like, well, thank you. I'll just make some of your friends my friends. Okay, so you're going to the 3 bars here at the bottom, and then you'll go over here to groups, where it's got like a bunch of little people and groups. And at the top, I don't really like how they set this up. It used to be set up better, but now it's here at the top. And these are all the groups you're added to. See that? And it says plus 37. Y'all, I don't add myself. I have been adding myself. People add you. You got to add yourself to a few groups, and then as you get going, people start adding you to groups you don't even want to be in. But just make friends with everybody that's in there. Okay, so I click my 37, and here's all my groups. And I literally will show you.
Y'all just don't go to an It Works group and add all the It Works people.
Oh, yeah. And don't do suggested friends either. You'll run into other It Works people. Okay, so I don't know what this group is, but let me just, there's 4,000 people here. Okay, so I open up the group and click on the title and scroll down here and see where it says members see all. And you click on that and it opens up. Scroll down. here, and it'll say add friend or message, or I've added a gajillion of these people. See where it says add friend? Hey, you want to be my friend? Whoops, I'm doing it backwards. Then you just click add friend right there. And I just go down, add friend, add friend, add friend, add friend until it says I've done it for 1,000 people. No, I don't interact in any groups. I don't interact with anybody to be my friend. Nope. Waste my time. Because here's why, which Madison, if you do, that's fine. But to me, I feel like they're going to either accept me or they're not. Like, and I'm trying to do mass quantity. So I'm adding 1,000 people till it says stop. And then they're either going to accept me or they're not. And I'm going to get rid of what's left over. And then I'm going to go and get 1,000 more. Because this has 4,000 or 5,000 people in it. And I'll stay on the same group as long as I'm getting good people. Yeah, I don't. Maybe somebody else might say they do, but I don't, Madison.
Right. So we got it. So Billy talked about vision and following up. You want to have that vision to start. It doesn't matter how small the vision is. And then Kelly said it perfectly. The ones who are successful are the ones who continue to grow. Watch your vision grow as you grow. Expand it, stretch it just a little bit. But then in every day, you want to be doing this follow-up because you're going to have people asking you about the business, about the product, about the cleanse. That needs to be part of your everyday life. And then your mindset. You're going to constantly come to places where you're going to go, oh, nope, that thought is not allowed. Get that thought out. I got to have the right mindset. And part of that is being around the right people. Okay. And then you want to be adding to your market. I will be honest with my business. I had a great warm market. It was really good, but guess what? I got stuck. I went to Double Diamond in 6 months. That's pretty good. I got stuck at Double Diamond for a year because I really wasn't adding people. Okay. And then it kind of jumped, but I still really wasn't adding people. And when I got really stuck at Presidential, I really needed to add people. And if I had have been doing that on a consistent basis, a daily basis, that would have looked different. I know it. So you want to keep adding those people. Okay. Thanks, sis. We'll come back around. So good. Y'all just decide. I love that. Okay. Whoops. I thought I was hitting something else. Okay. All right, Rachel. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay, girl. Hey. I like that blonde. Okay. Okay. Tell us, Rachel, a little bit about Life Before It Works, which wasn't too long ago.
Nope, not too long ago at all. Let's see. We were not really broke, but we were just kind of like extra money was a little tight. And we kind of wanted some wiggle room in the month. I'm like, we just didn't have, we had things that we needed to get. We bought a new tractor. We had just bought a new house. We got a new tractor to mow our bigger yard, so we had things that we needed. But like extra money was really limited. Like, we had to say no a lot to things. And, my family owns a car lot, so kind of like Billy's situation. So I drove a car from the car lot. That was my vehicle. So I was constantly going up and switching out if anybody was interested. And so it wasn't bad, but we were definitely trying to feel like God was telling us, you need to do more. Like, we need to figure out something. And we tried looking at different things, but I just kind of always felt like I was supposed to be a stay-at-home mom, and I didn't feel led at all to go get a job anywhere. And like, I wanted something at home, and I looked at different things, but it just didn't seem right. And so I met Kelly on Instagram in October, and I saw everything she was posting about her family and about how she retired her husband and what they were able to do. And I'm like, I want that. That is awesome. But my family has a car lot, but I am not a salesman by no means. I cannot sell anything. And So doing this was definitely not in the radar at all. But we just kind of felt led to do it. And Kelly posted a coffee post. It wasn't even a business post. I wasn't even intrigued by anything. It was just like, all right, I think I'm supposed to message her now. So I'm like, I don't want the coffee, but can I get some information on the business? I joined in November, and that was it.
I know. Wait, think about this for a second. Okay. You're like just drawn to something. One, Kelly just talked about adding to your market, right? If Kelly wasn't continually adding to her market, guess who wouldn't be sitting here right now? Just a stranger on Instagram, you know, which is awesome. Like, I'm like, okay, God's hands in everything. Like, I will always, there's no way I cannot say that. But, and a coffee post, you know, posting about her business, which we're going to hit on some of that. But just thinking, last year in November, you weren't in this business. Last year in October, you weren't in this business. So joined November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. We're in July, but so 7 months. In 7 months, you went from, so I'm like, really quick, who on here just joined in this last month? I mean, anybody could do what Rachel's done in 7 months, but just think about it. If you just joined in this last month, in 7 months, you could be here. So you could sit here kind of stuck, like if you wanted to, with what Kelly was referring to, a fearful mindset, I don't know what to do mindset, I don't know. Or you could go, wait, I'm going to take like Billy's top 200 and she's saying follow up. So I could say, oh, I don't do follow up. Okay, you're probably not going to be if you're deciding not to do that, right? Kelly says add people. That scares me. You know, I get it. Totally. I know you did all these things scared. I know a little bit of your story, but you did them scared, and that's part of it. Your courage will grow as you take action, and your fear will grow when you don't. So what are you going to feed? Your courage or your fear in this business? If you're going to feed your fear, you're going to be stuck. But if you're going to take action, your courage will grow, and you could be in the top 200 of the business. I was trying to figure out the percentage, but I got so lost last night of like what the top 200 was. Like I don't know. When I divided it all, I'm like, it says 0.000008. I don't know, something like that. I'm like, that's a big deal. And that's awesome. So you take that action, but like just thinking about that. When we're telling you guys what stuff we're doing, it's not just because we're telling it, these things work when you do them and you do enough of them and you 10x them. And you're an example of just listening to what somebody said and actually doing it.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. I love that. That reminds me of Danielle Boyle. I remember when we were doing her presidential thing, she's like, I just did what Sherry said. Oh, mind blowing. Hello. You know, like, oh, instead you're like, wait, does that really work? You know, some of you green people on here, you're over here overanalyzing everything, trying to go, is that it? Oh, just do it. It's good. Do it excited. You've got it. You know? Yep. So there's lots of people that will do that, but that's exciting to me. Okay. So because of it works, go ahead. Throw it out there.
Oh, there's so much because of it works. We're just so thankful. I mean, I still have to write it down, but we have been able to pay off $20,000 in debt. We had 2 loans that we thought would never get paid off, so we got those paid off. I was able to get my own car, and not just any car, the car that we wanted. We were so excited. I went triple and we went and got a car. Let's see. I mean, giving back has been amazing. And I mean, just saying yes to, like, you know, if our boys need shoes, I mean, it's just things like that you're like, I need some shoes, Mom. And I'm like, well, can't you just wear those a little bit longer? You know, when we went on vacation, we paid cash for our plane tickets, our very first plane tickets to go visit Kelly and her family. Flew across the country and paid cash. we went shopping before that trip, and normally that would have been giving me like anxiety, like, oh my gosh, okay, how long is it going to take to pay this off the credit card? But I didn't have to worry about it. And we paid cash. We even went, normally we use my Old Navy rewards and get it all for free, but we even went to like Hibbett's and we got Nike and Under Armour. It's just things like that you're like, we can. I mean, we don't want to overdo it or anything, be good stewards, but like we can do it. Go out to eat, go out to eat with our friends and not worry about it. And treat our families to a dinner. They always took care of us and bought us dinners. Now we can do it. And it's awesome. So much.
So exciting. And just being able to do what your heart wants to do, like that deep down inside heart feeling where you're like, I get to do that I know God put inside of me. I remember like taking, this might sound really weird, but I remember taking like your spiritual gifts, like at our church we'll do that, and to put you where yours, and mine was giver. And that was always really frustrating to me because I'm like, we can give of ourselves and that's really powerful, but it's really awesome when you get to go, you need some finances behind that, and we get to give to that. And that was something God had put inside of me, and this was a tool to get to do that. And I can see that so strong in you. And so I love that. It makes me excited. Okay, so talk to us about one of the core 4, posting.
Okay, so I'm like what you said. I just did what Kelly said. You guys tell us to post about our life, post about our business, and post about the products. And they're all very important, and we don't realize it, but like posting about the products and posting about the business, and I'll get into the business in a minute, but like posting about your life, we want to post non-it works things, but really people want to know you. Like, Kelly talks about how she'll watch the Kardashians or something. And, you do get into that. I used to watch the Newlyweds with Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey, So, you want to get into their lives. And so people are nosy and they want to know your life, but it's also kind of like you're making friendships, people want to see what you're doing, making like you're making a friend with them. And I interact with people on my Facebook. I go and I do comment, and I do, but I kind of like how somebody said compliment and interact. And so, instead of just saying, like Kelly will say sometimes, instead of just saying, I like that, ask them to them and get to know them and make friends with people. And like I interact with some people that I'm not sure they'll ever be a customer or anything, but just making friends with people. Doing that, I really don't get a whole lot of people that are angry with me. Like I had a girl message me yesterday and said, I'm really sorry, but I really need to cancel my auto ship. It was after the 90 days. She's like, I'm so sorry, but I really hope the best for you. I love what you're doing and everything. And I'm like, you don't have to apologize, but you make friends with people, and it's a whole lot easier to tell no to a stranger than it is to a friend. But you're earning people's trust. If Kelly hadn't have been posting about her life and given me a glimpse into her life, I would not have followed her back. I would not have. I normally don't on Instagram. I would never have done that. But just seeing that, oh, hey, she's a Christian mom. She has little girls. Look how cute they are. Her husband is retired. They do this. All her girls are in dance. Just like, you're making a connection with people, basically. And then like with business posts, this is something that's kind of awful to say, and I hate to say it, but like last month I was struggling. I was in the struggle bus like Kelly was at that one point, where I didn't know, I was thinking too much into it. And I can't remember who it was that said it, but let's see, what was it? Something on fire. Courage on fire is better than knowledge on ice. Ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. And I think about when we first started, I grabbed Lindsay and my sister Lindsay, my best friend Amy, and we just did it. And we were completely ignorant to what we were doing. We were just doing what we were told. But then we started thinking too much into it and thinking just way too much. And so last month I signed 2 loyal customers, and that is so awful. That is unacceptable. But I did not know how to get out of it. Like, I was just in this funk and completely stuck. And I think I finally hit this personal hurdle that I needed to jump over. But then I was talking to Kelly about posting, and I'm like, I feel like she was saying how, we want to post where we're going. Like, I'd always posted about what I've been, but I need to be posting about where I'm going. And, she talked on that earlier, but, I started saying, okay, I'm going presidential in our company, and I am looking for people who want to make $4,000 at least. Like, I don't want these, and doing that though, that will get the people that want to just make a couple $100s. But I want to go for this. And I started doing that, and I started posting. I was actually posting, like, I talked to Amy. She's like, yeah, you were posting that a lot last week and the week before. I was like, really? I didn't even notice. I kind of was just doing it. And I signed 7 distributors in 8 days, where I had been in this complete funk. But it was just that mindset. I had to get past it. And once I did and just started believing it and doing it, you just decide. And I remember Kelly saying, you just need to decide. You just need to give it to the Lord. And I'm like, I asked my husband, how though? Just tell me what I need to do. I'll give it to him. How do I decide? Tell me what steps I need to take and I'll decide. But you just decide and you just do it, and you just start confidently posting it.
I love that. Post with confidence. Post about where you're going. Post about your life. Share about it. Post about the coffee. Because I'm like, a coffee might get you a distributor.
That's right.
But people want to know too, like, if I'm going to be a part of a business, is the product good? Is it something I would want? Like, people, they're like, okay, this is it. That just happened to me last week from a host to post. A girl was asking me about, she commented on a post. I added her. We talked about the product. I posted the next morning about what this business had done for me, and she joined my team that day. She's like, I think I need the business, so you want to be mixing all those in there, and you want it to be genuine too. And the other thing you talked about was interacting. And that is a big key to your business. Interacting with people, complimenting, just saying something kind. We are in such a comparison, hold back, scarcity mentality that I believe the Lord wants to work on that in this business too, because the sun shines on all of us, right? Like, God isn't going, oh, the sun can only shine on this person, or I only have so much sunshine to give out. No, there's a ton. And so do give out of that, and people want to be connected with that. And you said something too, just about being able to connect. And so, guys, you might not have little girls that do dance, but you have something for other people to connect with. Everybody has a thing, you know what I mean? Like, if it's going to the Star Wars convention, I don't know, we were with this family from our church, and I'm like, everybody has a thing. Everybody has a thing that they can connect with. So what are the things that interest you, that get you excited, that get you to share a little piece of you? Part of this business is just living out loud a little bit more. I know sometimes it can feel like, oh, that's a part of me, but that's good. Other people want that. Other people, that joy, that passion that's inside of you, God didn't give that just for you, you know, it's for other people too. And then getting to connect that way. I love it. And so if you could give somebody something to kind of take away from this, what would you say? You know, here's kind of an action step that you can put in.
I would say the genuine part. I mean, I feel like, you know, when I post, when I first started, I mean, I was never a selfie person. I hated taking selfies. So when I first started, I was taking pictures of like, you know, a new devotional that I had just started, or, you know, my boys, or the view off my porch, or, you know, anything like that. But, and I do talk from my heart. I mean, just opening up, and, you know, I've always kind of been that way. I am kind of an open, I just tell it all, but just being real, you know, and sometimes I'll post about my life a couple times a day, you know, if it's like last week we were at the beach, so I was posting a lot of stuff, but really, I think just being genuine, being, speaking from your heart, you know, when I message people, I always like to say, you know, I mean, just little things like good evening. Like I do try to personalize. I don't try to make it a script. I do try to talk to the people and talk to them like they're my best friend. You know, I don't want to just say, hey, keto coffee does this. Oh my gosh, you're going to love our keto coffee. I drink it every morning. It is wonderful, you know, and trying to make a friend with them and let them know that I am a real person on the other side, not just a computer that's sending you information. And when you post about any of it, the products or the business, speaking from your heart. I mean, I'm really good about copy and pasting, but I always do make it somehow personal to myself, but posting about it every single day. I'm telling my girls now, we are going to post about the business every single day because we are going to build our teams. We're getting distributors. You're not doing this alone.
Love it. I love it. So post about it every day, put it out there. Y'all put some real life mix into it. And then sometimes if you did your hair and you did your makeup and you're not the girl who does that every day like me, take a couple pictures, okay? Just put your hair up, put some earrings in, change your shirt, hold a different product, smile at a different place in your house. Give yourself a little bit of like fill your, I don't know what that is, whatever you have with your gun. You fill your ammo, you know, fill your little case with ammo and go for it, and be genuine in it. I love it. Okay. All right. And Melissa, I always love hearing from Melissa. Her mind always intrigues mine so much. Okay. Where are you at, girl? I'm looking. Okay. I know. I'm looking for you. Is it? I think this. Oh, yeah. There you are. Good? Did it unmute?
Oh, there we go.
Hi. Okay, we got it. Yay!
Awesome. Perfect. Sorry, I had my phone on too, so in case I wanted to screen share something, so there's two pictures of me, so it was probably confusing.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. I love it.
Yeah.
Yay! Congratulations.
Thank you. To say I was shocked is like an understatement.
I know, but you know what? Sherry, she said this last night on our Diamond Zoom, but she's like, yeah, Melissa Dean, she'll go ambassador. Billy will go ambassador because they 10x it. They do the thing. You know, the people there's people not in the top 200 that are going to be in the 200 because they're doing the thing. Sometimes you just got to keep doing it. But she was like, you know, anyways, I was like, yeah, Totally. She's like, Melissa Dean's been 10xing it for 2 years. She's like 3 years. She's never not done it. And I just was like, she's very proud of you, and I'm excited for you. So.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely. So congratulations. Okay, tell everybody a little bit of what life was like. I know we're kind of going a little long tonight. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm enjoying what everybody's saying. Okay.
Okay, so I can be fast too. So before It Works, I was working full-time as a retail district manager and was working 60, 70 hours a week. I had 3 babies under 3. My husband is a police officer, and he was working nights and I was working days. So we didn't see each other for 4 days out of the week, literally. And our kids were just shuttled off between like daycares. So as soon as the baby was 6 weeks old, she was in daycare. That's how like all of our kids were. So, and I didn't know anything different. We live in California. And for those of you that don't live in California, our cost of living is astronomical. And so the thought of staying home was never even on my radar. On my radar was, I need to work up my way up this corporate ladder. And I had worked for the same company for 17 years. I was doing really well. I was making, well over $100,000 a year. And my husband makes good money. He's in the top 10 most dangerous cities in the U.S. So they get compensated for that. But then again, it's the top most dangerous cities in the U.S. And so we were stressed, kind of living paycheck to paycheck. And then one of my coworkers actually went to some kind of church school, master's commissions, I think, with Kelly and Stacy, and totally random. She was an assistant manager for me, and I just had my baby, so I wanted to try the wraps. And so she sent me to her website, and it was Christmas, around the Christmas time, so I didn't want to spend the money on it. And so for some reason, I joined the business on Christmas Day. If you follow me, I post about it a lot because I have no clue why I joined It Works. Like, I didn't have the time. I didn't have the money. I definitely didn't have the resources. You know what I mean? Like, I just didn't have like what I would have thought. I didn't even know what network marketing was. So it was just kind of, I always say it's a God thing. And I also wasn't religious before the business. And so a lot of people say God brought them the business, but for me, the business brought me to God. So I think now it's like, I'm a full-time stay-at-home mom. My kids are not in daycare. My husband doesn't work any overtime. He's on day shifts, and he's just home more. Like, we get to see him all the time. He's home for dinner every night. And so that for me, like, my goal is to retire him. Like, I can never go on like social media and say, hey, I want to retire my husband. That's why I work so hard. But that's me telling you guys, like, that's why I work so hard. And then now it's like my team. Like, I have gotten so much from the business that I just want to give that to every single person that's on my team. And our team is small and mighty, and we are so connected with each other, and we love each other. We work hard, we play hard, and we just have a really good time with the business. So we just had our first diamond retreat at my house. We had 10 people come, and we were able to pay cash for everything. We did 2 days of limos. They got to go to San Francisco. So everybody came from the East Coast or Canada, with the exception of a few local people. So we got to take them to San Francisco. We took them to Napa. We did a big dinner with all my local people, and we paid cash for everything. And it was just really good to be able to bring everybody here and celebrate them, because it's not me 138, it's our team is 138. And without the team that I have now, that would have never happened. And the same kind of with going triple diamond. I sat at double diamond for 3 years. Like, it was a long time. And most people be like, oh, you sat at double diamond, but that means like I was double, then ruby, then emerald, then double, then ruby. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, I sat there, I was going up and down, up and down, up and down. And when I went triple, it was with the exact right people, and it was so fun to celebrate with them. And we just paid off my husband's car. We paid off 2 credit cards last month. We just booked Legoland for our kids in cash. Like, it's just crazy where we went from like, okay, we did a minimum payment on this, so we can put this amount on this card and this amount on this card, to just being able to be like, hey, it's all of our kids' birthdays are this month. Like, let's go to Legoland for 4 days, and Carl doesn't have to work overtime. I don't have to ask my boss for the day off. Like, it's just crazy. Like, life has turned around so much in 4 years, and it'll be 5 years in December, and I wouldn't take back a single moment of it. All the highs, the lows, like everything. So, but being 138 was huge for us. Like, it was, I think that motivated my team more than anything. So we're very excited. And a lot of them are on still. So thanks guys for staying on.
we're all still jumping on with you. And you know what? I think 138 is definitely not the end, but what a huge testament of you sticking, like even what you're going to talk about tonight, thinking, okay, yeah, I was double diamond and I went ruby again and I went emerald. You know, some people are sitting here going, okay, I hit, and then things kind of fell apart and I'm still here, but like, look at what Melissa's done. And now she's 138. Like, stick it out, y'all. Stick it out. Like, I'm like, it's not easy. The sticking out part is not easy on our pride. It's not easy on a lot of things, but it's worth it.
It is. And 138 as a triple diamond, like I've been so hard on myself these last couple of months because I didn't promote to Prez. And I'll just be real honest, you guys, like, and I was been, you know, my team's pushing, like we're working hard. And I'm like, man, why can't we get it? And then the email came out and I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, that's just a rank. It's just a name, you know, like as long as I have the right people doing the right things and I'm helping, you know, my friends and family and just supporting them and giving them the blessings that we've had, like that's the most important thing to me. So that was another big eye opener to me. It was like, I don't have to be a presidential diamond to be a top person. You know, I can do what I do where I'm at. And I know we're going to get there like this month for sure. Like the fire is lit and we're there. And when I sat at double diamond, this kind of goes into like what I was going to talk about with consistency. When I was at double diamond for all those years, so I was built for presidential and then I dropped to ruby. When I dropped back to ruby, for those that don't know, I actually went back to work. It was a huge hit on my pride. I didn't tell anybody. Like I was like, I'm not telling anybody. I'm just going to go under the radar and do my thing. But I went back to work for a year. And in that year, I built myself back from ruby to double diamond where I was able to quit my job again. And really what it comes down to for me was always being consistent with enrolling distributors. So I was like top distributor enroller like all of 2017 and I think all of 2018. Like I never missed a Pam Sauer call, but I wasn't moving. So it was kind of like, what's going on? Like what's the unlock? And so when things started to really move was when I stopped being the mass enroller and I started teaching my team how to enroll. And I think that's what really like shifted my team's mindset and really put more accountability in their hands where I was fully building teams for people, but then they didn't have that connection. They didn't have the drive. It was kind of like, what are you going to give me next? What am I going to get next? You know? And it's like, whoa, no. So, I mean, I went from enrolling 20 to 30 distributors every single month to like the most this year I think I've enrolled in a month is 6. But we went from 2,000 BV in December to 84,000 BV in January. And that was like my thing that it was like, okay, it's not about me doing the work. It's about teaching everybody else how to do it and having ownership and having accountability. And so these 10 people that came to my retreat, they're 100% dialed into the business. They're growing their own teams. We do it together, you know, but the level of accountability is a lot different. So as far as like being a top income earner, I would 100% say it is all about enrolling distributors. So if you want to be a top income earner, you need to be like distributors equal money. And it's not you getting them, it's you're teaching your team how to get them. And I think that's what took me the longest thing to like really understand. But right now, like our focus is on teaching the team the comp plan, ins and the outs. Like you should get fast start bonuses off of every single person. Like, you can make more off fast start bonuses than a Ruby does in a month as a distributor. If you enroll, you know, 3 DTs and 4 LCs or whatever, you know. So we're really like a back to the basics kind of team right now. And you can see like our progress going so quick because we are teaching and not just doing. So
I love that. Teach and do, teach and do. You do and you teach. You learn, you figure it out, and you like just bring people right with you. Okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what's working. This is how to do it. I love that. That is all part of duplication, and that is just that's a growth place. We get to a certain place that we did all on our own, and they're like, I can't keep doing this all on my own, and I don't know what to do. But that's okay. You're in a place to grow. That's a great place to be because you got so far, and then when you get over that next hurdle, it's gonna go, and then we'll hit the next hurdle. You know, like it's okay. But I love that. I love that you're saying that because I do think it's so key being able to, you know, pass on what we're doing is really where the power is of this business.
Yep. And Sherry would always say, you shouldn't be the highest enroller on your team. And I would always go, why not? But then when like it clicked and I got it on my own, I was like, okay, I get it. Like, but it took me going through that process. And as far as like messaging now and like teaching our team to message, like I would say, because I wanted to really touch on like messaging and consistency, but what we teach our team is that every message that you send should be income producing in some way. So the quality of your messages are way more important than the quantity of your messages. And everything that you do should every message you send should either result in a distributor, a customer, or a host to post. And that's just across the board. So if you're talking to somebody, like let's say somebody puts up a host to post for ThermoFight X and you have like 5 people that comment, you message all of them. Those 5 people are either going to become a customer or they're going to host a post for us. And so that's increasing our network every day by hundreds of people because we're doing hundreds of host to post. Like we're a big host to post team, but we do ours a little bit different. And we're kind of, this month we're starting where like in order for their host to post account, we have to sign a customer. So we're actually tracking customers, not host to post, because again, we want more quality over quantity. But every message that we send out, we teach to either get a customer, a distributor, or a host to post. And half our host to posts are like work from home or product. So that's why I say like they either end up as a distributor or hosting a post for us for something else. But that's like I think that's like my biggest thing. And then don't get discouraged when somebody says no, because there's somebody behind them that's going to say yes. I learned that at my very first green carpet when I met Stacy, and I was just a little itty bitty distributor. And it was like, you know, you can get so caught up with the no's, but the yes is behind that no. So push past that no, ignore that no, block, delete, do whatever you have to do and keep going. And we even teach go for the no. Like, I want to see how many no's you can get today, because that means you're actually getting a lot of yeses. So, and the more comfortable you get with getting the no's, the more you're going to continue to push and message. So,
yeah, I love that. I always talk about a message will start to open somebody's brain cell that was closed. You know, when people just see you posting or whatever, they're like, oh, that's great for her, da, 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 da. But then when you're like, hey, I think you would be awesome at this business. Like, whoa, I never thought about, I can't do that, da, 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 da. But here's the deal. You planted a seed in that. And then when you're consistent, right, you planted that seed, they told you no way. But in the back of their head, they're like, what if I could do this? Maybe this is possible. Maybe I could be coming home too. Maybe I could pay for Legoland for my, you know what I mean? You ask, and now they're seeing you live out your life, and you're being consistent in posting and messaging and following up and growing your market. You're being consistent in all those things. And then, oh, everything changed. And who are they going to think about?
mm-hmm.
You.
And I always think too, and I said no. Mm-hmm. I 100% said no. I didn't even tell a single soul that I signed up as a distributor for weeks. I didn't even tell my husband. So, I mean, you never know like where that seed is being planted. And that's something that I always think about too, is I had no intention, but something kept pulling and pulling and pulling. And I finally went for it. And I'm just so grateful that I did. And we're trying to like, now, like with like the whole messaging, growing your network, host to post thing too, we're really starting to try to incorporate stories from Instagram to get our Instagram followers over to our Facebook. So we're continuously like purging our Facebook followers and bringing in like new Instagram followers. So that's been something that's been really big for us too.
I love it. That's awesome. It's so great. So we're like, Billy talked about, you got to follow up. You've got to have a vision. You got to know where you want to go. You know, Kelly's talking, you got to get your mindset in the right place, and you have to be willing to keep growing. Like, you got to keep getting your mindset. It's not like I decided once, right? Like, I decided to hike a mountain. Sometimes I got to keep making that decision all the way up the mountain. You know what I mean? Just because I decided at the bottom doesn't mean I'm going to get to the top. Because there's going to become things that are like, maybe I should go back down now, you know? But I didn't get to the top, but I'm going to continue to make that decision. Then Rachel's talking about post about it all and be genuine in it. Put yourself in there, because people want to know. That's one thing that's going to draw people in, right? If you look fake and everything is pre-whatever, I can't do what you're doing then, you know? But if you're a real person, then again, that little brain cell is going, oh, but what's different about them than me? I don't know. Maybe I could do this, right? And then you're saying, stay consistent. I will say, if you are asking what the secret sauce is in your business, it's being consistent. and really asking yourself, are you being consistent? Because sometimes we think we're being consistent, but we maybe 10x'd it for a couple days and then took a break for a couple weeks and then jumped back in for a day and then thought, okay, maybe this isn't for me. It's not really working like they said it would work. And you're in this like this hot and cold thing, right? You be hot or you be cold, but lukewarm just gets, like a wave, the wave tossed in the sea, the man who can't make a decision. So make a decision and stick in it and be consistent with it. And when you do, it will take off for you, but you have to do it. And I mean, like, if you really want this business to go, you have to decide to do it every day. Put it in there every day and genuinely ask yourself, am I really being consistent? And then send those messages out there. And I like that you're saying everybody, gets something that should be income producing. So are they becoming a distributor? Are they becoming a loyal customer? Or are they hosting a post for me, for our team? And that's where you really want to be with that. Okay. Let's go back around. Belly, now that you've listened to everything, let's give them one more thing.
There we go. Okay, you guys. Oh my gosh. I wanted to type in here, but Kelly, you're amazing. I always take so much from you. Melissa Dean, you're a freaking rock star. Like, y'all, I just want to say that not everybody at the top makes all the money. A triple diamond versus a presidential on 172, she's 138. So anybody can make the money. Like, congrats to you. And Rachel Needs, oh my gosh. Y'all, it doesn't matter the time frame. Where do you want to be in 5 years? We're all under our 5-year mark, right? I believe so. So my thing is take massive action. If you work your business casually, you will end up a casualty, meaning your business will die. So work it every day. Decide today. Like Kelly said, decide. I need to decide. I haven't even decided. I'm not ambassador yet. So decide, you guys, what's it going to be? Quit making excuses. And I always hear this from Kelly. You can have business or you can have excuses, but you can't have both. Love you guys.
Okay. Hey, I got it. I think you're still muted. But okay, can you hear me? Yeah. No, Billy, I love you. Here's the thing. It's a decision. And I started telling myself, okay, I had to tell myself the same thing. Business or excuses, but you can't have both. I've worked this business with babies. I've worked this business with Andrew being home. I've worked it while he did 50, 60 hours a week. And I was like on the struggle bus swimming in babies. I mean, like, there is going to be one or the other, businesses or excuses, but they don't exist in the same place. You find a way. And the truth is, it's all in your head. You can either choose to get discouraged or choose to get determined. And I had to finally tell myself, okay, Kelly, there's no more time for being discouraged. You're either going to flush your thoughts down the toilet or you're going to flush your business down the toilet. You either got poo-poo thoughts going down the potty, okay, or your business is going down with it. And so it's a decision, discouraged or determined, because both are a choice. And when it's determined, you figure out how. You know what I mean? If it's that you need 4,000 in volume, you either go, I need 4,000 in volume, that's never going to happen. Or you go, okay, I need 4,000. What can I focus on first? What can I do first to knock that down? Well, I'm going to find who wants to work with me. And if nobody, I'm going to assign me some more people. Well, where are they going to come from? I don't know, but if you don't start going for it, you ain't never going to get there anyhow. You know what I'm saying? So discouraged or determined, excuses or a business, all of it's a choice on the inside.
Love it. All right, Rachel.
Okay. This kind of came to me last week, and it maybe doesn't have anything to do with what I was talking about, but I feel like our time that we do this business, I feel like it is a luxury. Like, doing this job is a luxury. And, like one day we were at Jay's ball game, and right before, we have to get there a half hour early. Right before, I was talking to one of my distributors on a chat. And Evan's parents asked, where's Rachel? And like people were asking, where's Rachel? And he's like, oh, she's in the car talking to one of her distributors. She'll be here in a minute. And I don't know if anybody had looks or not, but Evan was like, well, what if it would have been any different if I got caught out to work and I had to miss the entire game? Would it have been any different? Would they have thought any different? Why is this any different? I'm able to be there at his ball game. We were at the beach last week. I had to work some. I can't stop my business, but it's either be at the beach with my boys, with my family, pay cash for it, spend time with them, work, still work, or be at a 9-to-5 job where I couldn't even take off work and we had to stay home and we couldn't even go. I mean, there's options. And, and I still, I asked Evan, I haven't been in it very long, but, I'll ask Evan, are we sure this is worth it? And he's like, yeah, babe, this is worth it. Everything that we're doing, everything we're able to do, things that, we feel like God is telling us that we have more planned for us and we're not sure what it is, but he has something planned for us. He's like, that's worth it. And so I just want everybody to realize, yeah, this is a job that you do every day, but we have the luxury that we can do this wherever we want, whenever we want, and we're not tied down to anything. I don't know a job where you could not have no college education and in 7 months make a 6-figure income. That doesn't happen very often.
I love it. So right. So right. Okay, Mel.
I am hot.
Oh, I think I'm still unmuted.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I mean, I just love this group of people, and I think we're so blessed to be surrounded with each other and to have this team. And I think for me, my biggest thing is like, sometimes when you're first starting the business, or if you're in like a lull in the business, like momentum can be hard to get, but it's even harder to get it back once you've lost it. So don't lose your momentum, like work your business every day. If you don't ask people questions, even just joining your team, if you don't ask your team questions, the answer is always going to be no. If you don't ask, the answer is no. So ask the questions that you want to ask, keep your momentum going. Your store is always open, keep your posts on social media clean, keep your social media cleaned up, always recruit a new network, and just be positive and know that what we have is a blessing and that we are blessing other people with this blessing. We're not bugging people with it. And if people think that we're bugging them with it, then they're not the right people to be in our network in the first place. So.
Absolutely. I think that's powerful too, because sometimes we focus on all the people who are negative. Don't give them your energy.
Nope.
It's not worth it. They're not worth your energy. They're not paying for your kids to have you home. They're not paying for, so you don't want any of that negative energy in there. And I don't mean to be rude. But sometimes I'll be like, man, I'm surprised at the people who have supported me in this business and the people who haven't. Some of it's hurt sometimes. That I'm not going to lie. I'm like, oh, that hurt. But that wasn't worth quitting over. It hurt. But it wasn't worth quitting over. It's not worth giving up my girls getting to go to the school I want them to go to. It's not worth Joey getting to stay at the church he wants to and not have to look for something. It's not worth that. Yeah, it's painful. But yeah, just get them out. Just go, okay, maybe I love that. They shouldn't be in network. I like happy, positive people. I'm going to cheer somebody on. You're going to message me about a party you want me to host for you. I'm going to say, I love how you're working your business. I'm not going to host your party though. Like, hey, I'm not going to be rude to nobody who's asking me something because I respect the hustle. I might not do it, but I'm not going to be mean about it. And, I don't expect anybody to do that back. So I love that. Love that, Mel. Sorry, did I jump on you? Do you want to say anything else?
No, that was it. No, thank you.
You got me fired up there for a second. Right. And you're guys, I always go, we're in a wave. When I think about this business, we're surfers. Okay. That's my analogy always when I think about this. When I think about this business, I am a surfer. I've surfed a couple times in my life, but it never stood up. Anyways, that's besides the point. I'm a surfer in this business. Okay. Go with my dream for a second. I'm a surfer. What does a surfer have to do? One, they have to be in the water to catch a wave. So if you ain't in the water, get in, get in deep, right? They have to swim out and swim over some hard waves to get out to catch the right wave. So get over your hurdles, get over your stuff. But when the wave is coming, you have to be prepared. There's no overnight success, okay? So success is just when preparation meets opportunity, and y'all, the opportunity is going to come. It's going to come. The question is, are you prepared for it? How do you get prepared for it, right? So if I'm surfing, I got to kick my legs to catch the wave. If I'm just if you're just sitting out there, good job. You got out there and you sat out there, but if you ain't doing nothing while you're sitting out there, you're still not going to catch the wave either. So how do you catch the wave? What do you do? How are you paddling your feet? It's the core four, okay? We've talked about it. It's following up with people. It's asking people to be a part of the business. It's posting on it every single day. It's adding to your market. And then you tie in. You got vision and mindset and consistency and genuineness. You put all those things, that's you paddling. And when you're paddling and that wave comes in, you're going to catch it, okay? But the deal is, no surfer just catches one wave and was like, life was great. You know, so if you caught a wave, if you're like coming in off some great wave from the last 6 months, paddle back out, friend. Get back over those waves that were hard to get back out there. You know, you gotta get back into it. And if somebody else is catching a wave, that's okay. Cheer them on. Kick your feet. You're going to catch the next wave that comes in for you, right? The wave comes to all of us at some point, and so you're going to catch it. So, and that's just consistency coming in there and doing those things. But all right, let me pray for you. And Melissa, I'm just going to say this. I know you just said the business brought you God, but I believe that God brought you in this business because he loves you that much. He's chasing you down, girl. He
Yes.
loves you that much. I know. Okay. Heavenly Father, I just thank you so much for this team. Gosh, all the people that you have just brought together. I thank you for my friends, the people that I would never have met, the precious like jewels in my life that I just truly treasure. I pray that you be with them, whether they joined yesterday or 4 months ago or 4 years ago, 5 years ago, Lord, that you would just be so evident, that they would know how real you are in their life, in their families, in their relationships, in their job, in their business. I pray that what was spoken tonight, God, the things that they can apply, they would apply. I pray that you continue to cross paths, bring people onto this team that you would want on it, God. And let us have, give us the boldness and let us draw into your courage and your strength, God. Even in the things we feel like we can't do, we can. We can do all things through you, Lord. And I thank you for that gift. I thank you for my friends on here. Whether I personally know them or not, I pray that you would just bless them, bless their business, bless the works of their hands, God. We give this to you. We may feel like the boy with the 2 loaves or the 2 fish and the 5 loaves, like this is all I got. But God, when we bring all we got, you're in the multiplication business. And so may we show up and bring what we got, knowing that that's enough for you to do what only you can do. That's miracle territory, God, and that's where we're all standing. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Love y'all. Thank you guys. One more time, congratulations. Top 200 income earners. Here we go. And y'all just go ahead, put it out there, say it. I'm going to be in that 6 months from now. All right.